All right, class, we're going to go ahead and prepare for this study, for this test on chapter 4. More it says determine whether x and y are proportional. To do this, I can either take y and divide it by x, or x and y divided by y each time, as long as I do it the same way. If they all add up to, or they all equal the same thing, then it's proportional. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Let's see, drawing pin here. Okay, all right, that equals 3. Uh, 21 divided by 7 is 3, and 30 divided by 10 is 3. Since I got the same answer, yes, this is proportional. Next, it says you spend 2/3 of your money. The next day you get $18. You now have $36. Which equation can you use to represent how much money you started with? So if I'm finding out how much I start with, I'll make this pin a little bit smaller here. I realize that if I spent 2/3 of my money, I have 1/3 of my money left. So I'll put 1/3 M for money. Then it says I get $18, so that's adding 18. And that's going to equal the $36 because that's what I have. As you can see, two of these have plus 18, the other has minus 18. So that eliminates C and D. Next, I need to solve these to see which answer is correct. All right? And one says 2/3, one says 1/3. Well, the minute I see 1/3, I know this should be the correct answer. So B is my right answer. Let's solve it to make sure it's right. I have minus 18 from both sides because I have to combine my like terms. And since my like term is on the opposite side of the equal sign, I do the opposite of what I see. Opposite of plus 18 is minus 18. This should give me 1/3 M equals 18 because 36 minus 18 is 18. Then I have to do the opposite of multiplying 1 over 3, and that's multiplying 3 over 1. And whatever I multiply to one side, I do the other. 18 multiplied by 3 is going to give me 54. So that tells me that B was correct. All right, number 3 said what is the unit rate in miles per gallon for 80.85 miles over 3.3 gallons. As you can see, I've made a ratio. I can find out what any unit rate for a ratio is by taking my, let me get my calculator, taking my numerator and dividing it by my denominator. So over here, I would put 80.5 or 80.85 and divide it by 3.3. This will give me 24.5, which means C is correct. Number 4, what is the value? I know that I can do this by using cross multiplication. Use my highlighter. Tells me I'm going to multiply 7 times 3.1, and it has to equal 10 times J. So I know that 7 times 3.1, sorry, 3.1, has to equal 10 times J. 10 times 3.1 is 21 point, or 7 times 3.1 is 21.7. The only way to get 10 away from J is to divide it away. Whatever I divide from one side, I do the other. 21.7 divided by 10 is 2.17. 2.17 of BD. Let's go to number 5. Kimber, the plant repairman charging $99 for a service call and $55 an hour. That means my equation should be $99 added on to $55 an hour. And that's all going to equal, it says, what equation represents H for hours worked if the cost is 330. I'm going to subtract 99 from both sides. This will give me 55H is equal to 200 and looks like 31. And I will divide by 55 to get H by itself. 231 divided by 55, that's going to give us 4.2. So this would be the correct answer, B. All right, 6 says there are 4 blue marbles for every 3 yellow marbles. There are 24 yellow marbles in the bag. How many total marbles are there? To find out how many sets of 3, I need to take 24 and divide it by 3. That means there are 8 sets of 3 yellow marbles. Since there's 5 blue marbles for every one of these, I'm going to multiply 8 times 5. That gives me 40. To find the total number of marbles, I need to take the 40 blue marbles and add it to the 24 yellow marbles. This gives me 64. And so my answer must be 64. Number 7, which equation is shown in the graph? Remember, we're looking for the rise over run. How much did it go up and how much did it go over? It went up by 10 and went over 1. 10 over 1 is 10 divided by 1, and that equals 10. That would mean D is my right answer. Number 8, it says, what is the ratio? We're looking for X, which means it says we're going to take 2.2 divided by 1.1, and that's going to equal X over 8.8. When I do this, I'm going to have 22 or 2.2 times 8.8. That has to equal 1.1 times X. 2.2 times 8.8, 2.2 times 8.8 is 1936. And now we got to divide 1.1 away from X. Whatever I divide from one side, I do it to the other. And that's going to give me 17.6. Number 9 is very easy. We're taking the same type of problem when we cross multiply. We're going to put 1 over 250. We know the inches is on top, feet is on the bottom. And we know that we're going to make this equal to 5 inches. So 5 is on the top where inches is. We're looking for X. When we cross and multiply again, we have 250 times 5. We have 1 times X. This will give me 250 times 5. That's 1,250. That equals 1 times X, which equals X. So my answer is D. Last one, what is the solution to this problem? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative y is negative 4y. That equals 10. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That gives me negative 4y equals 6. I'm going to divide by negative 4 to get y by itself. Which means I'll divide by negative 4 here. That'll give me a negative 1.5. And that will be P. Now you know how to do all the problems that you're going to get on your test. Good luck. See you in class.